Society wants student athletes to believe that if they're not dribbling a ball, that they're not singing, if they're not in front of the big lights, that they won't be successful. A lot of times our students subscribe to that stereotype because it's been force-fed down their throat. I want our student athletes to be empowered, and I want them to understand that they're valuable beyond their talent and they have more than one God-given gift. So I have created this book entitled I'm Gonna Need My Shirt Back to help student athletes realize their potential and capitalize on their opportunities, as well as understand how to manage their mindset and not their circumstances. Throughout college, student athletes are challenged. They have so many things that they have to overcome, but I don't think a lot of student athletes prepare for the valley lows of the journey because they're so focused on the mountaintop of the journey. So throughout this book, I'm showing student athletes different scenarios, different things they could prepare for, and helping them to work through these things with activities and exercises to prime their mind and help them to be able to identify the red flags. I also introduced them to a framework that I like to call the S.O.P.R.O approach. This consists of 5 characteristics that I believe every student athlete should possess in order to make it through this process and sustain their clarity and their peace throughout this journey. So, S.O.P.R.O stands for self-aware, organization, presence, resilience, and optimism. I believe that if student athletes have these 5 characteristics, they'll be able to do everything they can at a high level and maintain their identity and their clarity throughout. I'm gonna need my shirt back is an analogy for the mindset I want the student athlete to have. So in this situation, the shirt represents their identity, their freedom, their individuality, their purpose, and their journey. And whenever a student athlete commits to an institution, I believe that they're encouraged to trade in their shirt in order to get that jersey and a number and be another number in the system. But instead of the student athlete conforming to the system, I want them to be empowered to be uniquely themselves and unapologetically themselves. So this analogy just represents my pursuit to try to empower student athletes to remain true to themselves as they journey throughout this process, and also encourage them to stay connected to the source, the main source, which is God. Because I believe that anything they deal with in school and anything they deal with in life, they're gonna need God's power and they're gonna need His grace to get through it. So throughout this book, I'm inspiring them with different scenarios. I'm giving them content and scriptures to look at and exercises to work through. And I'm praying that everything in this book prepares the student athlete for the next level and helps them to become more than an athlete, because they are just that, more than an athlete. If you have a student athlete in your life that's preparing to go to college, this is the perfect tool for them to have to prepare for the journey and to also implement a process in their decision making when it comes to deciding what school to go to. Also, if you have a student athlete that's already in college, this book is perfect for them as well, because it's going to teach them how to manage certain situations that they may encounter while they're in school. So I hope that y'all will pick it up. I'm Gonna Need My Shirt Back is now available on Amazon as well as my website at www.level27coaching.com.
I know there will be highs, I know there will be lows. Road to success got so many toes, but I'm ready for the journey. Yeah, I said I'm ready for the journey. The journey, hey, it's more than just a game. I know it's a business. Learn while I can, teach my people when I'm finished. I'm ready for the journey. Yeah, I said I'm ready for the journey. The journey, yeah. I play the game, I don't let the game play me. I'ma need my shirt back. Hey, this for legacy.